The Indian Air Force used to be 3 times the size of Pakistan Air Force, and had a larger modern combat fighter jet inventory than China, but this has changed in the last 2 decades, as the Indian Air Force is down to 31 combat squadrons, against the authorized strength of 42 squadrons. The acquisition plan have been adversely affected by inadequate allocation of funds, slow decision-making, and political contests which resulted in caution and delay of programs. In case of the 114 MMRCA fighter jet program, the Indian Air Force prefers testing of only the new systems on the contesting fighter jets, and quickly clear the fighter jet that meets the technical parameters. If the final decision is to go through government-to-government deal, then the Air Force will use the responses from the request for proposal, and no testing might be conducted. Experts have said that it will be much easier to get a good deal from SAAB, as Sweden is a smaller political player for India, and SAAB is willing to share the source code of the Gripen, and apart from the Meteor and Scalp cruise systems, it will allow integration of indigenously developed systems. While the 3 American fighter jets will bring the US international muscle power with them, the French Rafale has the advantage of a naval variant, and the Indian Air Force has already made a significant expenditure on India-specific enhancements and infrastructure onto air bases for previously ordered 36 Rafale fighter jets. The steel-cutting ceremony of the anti-submarine warfare shallow water crafts for the Indian Navy was held at Cochin Shipyard Limited. The shipyard had signed the contract for construction of 8 such vessels for Indian Navy in 2019, and the order value for these 8 vessels is 6,311 crore rupees, and the project is to be completed in 90 months from the date of signing the contract. These vessels will have a speed of 25 knots, and are capable of full-scale subsurface surveillance, and coordinated anti-submarine operations with maritime aircraft. The UAE-based firm Caracal has said that it is bringing its entire portfolio of products under the Make in India initiative, as United Arab Emirates has stepped up diplomatic efforts to salvage the long-pending Indian Army contract for 93,895 carbines worth $553 million. The CEO of Caracal has said that the company will soon announce its main Indian partner, which is one of the biggest defense groups in India with reputation and history. He also said that the Indian Army has an overall demand of 3.5 lakh carbines, and hence the firm is pushing ahead with transfer of technology under Make in India. There are more than 108 parts to the Kar 816 rifle, and 60% of the components will be sourced from Indian suppliers, and even the accessories like sights and cleaning kits will be sourced from local suppliers. Pakistan is facing serious maintenance problems with the Chinese J-F-17 fighter jets, and one of the main reasons is the US sanctions on Russia's Rosbaron export since 2018. The Russian-supplied RD-33 engines needs to be overhauled and replaced after a certain number of hours of flying, and only Rosbaron export can ensure overhauling and provide new engines or spares. The US sanctions are preventing Rosbaron export from doing US dollar transactions, and the 2 governments have not sorted out the payment issues. Even the upcoming 30 JF-17 Block 3 could be affected by the unavailability of engines or spares, and if Pakistan selects the Chinese-built alternative, there will be no surety of good performance. The serial production of Russia's most advanced S-500 long-range air defense system will start in the second half of 2020, but Russia will not export the new air defense system before 2025. The S-500 will have a response time of 3 seconds, which is considerably shorter than the 9 seconds response time of the S-400. The 30-foot-long 2-stage solid-fuel missile will be capable of cruising at 9 times the speed of sound, and will intercept targets moving at the speed of 15.6 Mach, and will also be capable of targeting lower-orbit satellites and certain types of spacecraft.